For our vocabulary, on page 2, number 1, brick by brick is an idiom to say that you built something or developed something, every little part of it, every little piece of it, very carefully over time. The expression comes from, for example, if you built a house, you say, "Oh, I built that house brick by brick." Like, I carefully made sure that house was perfect to what I wanted it to be. But nowadays, you can say you built something brick by brick, like a business. If you have a startup business, you built it brick by brick. You were involved with everything, every process. Number 2 is groom. When you groom someone, originally, groom is like you comb your hair and make yourself look nice. But when you're grooming someone in the professional world, or if you're grooming someone to become like a king or something, or royalty, what you're doing is you are training them or influencing them. So this way that you say you're grooming someone is actually really old, and they used to use it for like maybe like 200 years ago. If you read anything about like this old British gentlemen in the 1800s or 1700s or however long ago, and they were maybe they were born into money, or they got a lot of money later, and they were groomed to become a British gentleman, meaning that they were sponsored, they were taught how to be a gentleman, they had to have a certain type of manners and even the way they speak and everything. Mm-hmm. So when you're grooming someone, it's like you're training them. Yeah. Number 3, oust, is to kick someone out, eject them from a position or place. Sometimes, you have this happens in the business world. You have several members several board members who vote to oust maybe their CEO or to oust another board member. Number 4 is handpick. Handpick is a really good word to use to say that you chose something, or you were involved with something, and you very carefully put a lot of effort and time and thought into it, maybe a lot of customization, or even try to make something very special. So sometimes a lot of businesses will talk about the quality of their work. So if they talk about the materials they use, they handpicked the materials to be higher quality material. If you're talking about like a restaurant or any company that makes any kind of food, sometimes they talk about they handpicked the ingredients to give you better quality food. So handpick is to say that they put a lot of time and effort to make it extra special. Number 5, heir apparent. An heir apparent is basically someone who's going to take the next leadership role or royalty or top management role or something like that. So this is also an old expression that I believe originally came from maybe like you were talking about like the king's son, who would be like a prince, would be the heir apparent, who would be the next king. So if you were talking about a company, it used to be the old way for companies maybe 50 years ago. The heir apparent for a company would be like the CEO's son or something, or the president of the company's son. But nowadays, they choose who the heir apparent is. They look for some people that have experience in different things, right? And last, number 6, behemoth. Something that is just gigantic, enormous, huge. So you can be a behemoth in size, or something can be a behemoth in size, but it can also be a behemoth in power or presence even. oh, the CEO of our company came to visit our office today, and wow, he's just a behemoth walking around, meaning like he's just so powerful. Okay, and that's our vocabulary.